Hi, my name is Tim, and I'm forgiven. We've got to start making a real uproar, and I'm including you, whoever you are. Everyone has got to get the momentum behind the president and his agenda is outrageous. It's getting to the point now where, he can almost say and do anything he wants. And we're in serious trouble of losing control of this country. We the people, for the people, and by the people is irrelevant right now. It has nothing to do with the people anymore. It has to do with the leaders. And we have no one to blame but ourselves. And if we don't start getting very verbal and make our politicians very aware that we are in a move to remove incumbents and remove them as quickly as we can, they're going to continue to act the way they want to act and do what they want to do without interest to the general population of the United States of America. They feel so empowered that they think they can get away and do whatever they want to do. And, there's a lot of people out there throwing bombs and sounding, verbally, that trying to stir up stuff. But our president and our politicians have no business doing this finance reform bill. This is crazy. This is just a way. I love people that just don't understand. That are just destitute and they're just confused and they're looking for answers from politicians. I'm sorry that you're that way and that politicians are your answer. And I understand. I completely understand. What you need to understand is politicians are not the answer to your balancing your budget and for you to have money and have a retirement. They're not the answer. Government is the anti-answer. They're the opposite of the answer. They're the problem, and they will always be the problem. You will never have plenty as long as the president, as long as our politicians are controlling the amount of money that they control. They have outrageous depths into our pockets right now. I've tried to explain before how you're paying your fair share, whether you believe it or not. You're paying your fair share. Now we've got to get politicians who are about the people's business and not about their own business. We've got to get corruption. And, corruption can be something as mild as that I'm going to tell you what you want to hear so that I can get your vote. That is wrong. That's wrong. Even if you don't do what you said you're going to do, then that's a double whammy. If people have to say what we want to hear to get elected, they shouldn't be elected. They should do the right thing, always. They should say the right thing, always. Somebody says that they're going to give you a pillow to rest your head on. They're promising you something that they cannot provide. Now, they cannot promise you a job. They cannot promise you shelter. They cannot promise you prosperity. They can't promise you a job. What they can promise you is to stay out of the way of right and to get into the way of wrong. But what's happened is they have made so much stuff wrong that is not wrong. They've got so much control on things. The laws are so deep. It's like, thou shalt not murder. Okay? We can't murder. That's very simple. You don't have to have any more details than that. But our laws got to the point where if you take up a gun and you put a bullet in it, this is how detailed it is and how outrageous it is. and you cock that gun and you aim it at someone and you pull that trigger and they happen to die, you can't do that. It's not, you don't have to have the details. If you take a life unjustifiably, that's murder. It don't matter how you do it. Run them over with a car, stick them in the eye with a pencil, whatever you do, it's a crime. Now, what we're doing is we're taking as much, and this is what's wrong. This is really what's wrong, and we need politicians to get back to the basics. Back to the very specific basics. Murder is murder. Okay? If you wrongfully gain profit by cheating, lying, stealing, whatever you do, you've committed a crime. Now, if you knowingly poison people in order to gain profit, you're guilty of murder or attempted murder if it didn't kill people. Now, the oil rig in the Gulf that blew up, if there was some negligence somewhere along the line, that's all there needs to be. We don't have to have a law that specifically says that if you do A, B, C, D, and oil gets spilled in the Gulf. No. If they tried to do everything they can, they had safety measures, and the safety measures failed, they clean it up. Because it happens. You know, it's like saying if a guy walking down the street happens to trip, you're going to charge him with unsafe walking. Does it sound real? I mean, you understand, people trip. People trip. We really, really need to get back to the basics, and we need to cry out for politicians who understand this. Now, I've said it before, and from now on, I'm going to say in every video, God bless Sarah Palin. Please, please, God, we need Sarah Palin as president. And she can take in the CEO from the past CEO of Godfather's Pizza. He's a genius. Smart man. Can't think of his name. I'm sorry. I'll get it next time. Sarah Palin and him as vice president. And let's get back to the people's business. And quit tending your back pockets, Mr. Politician. Quit tending your legacy and start tending to right and wrong. Please. We need a country of right and wrong and not of pandering. And we need everybody. We all need to call our politicians. We need to call our radio stations. We need to write our newspapers. We need to take over the general thought of right and wrong, what's going on in politics, who we need for leaders. We need to flood it because the left, the liberals, have been flooding everything for decades. God bless y'all. Next time.